evenings were quiet in a way that felt practiced, like a script neither of them remembered agreeing to. Amma noticed the distance first, though she couldn't say exactly when it began. Maybe after the promotions, the late nights, the constant need to be on it, or maybe it started when they stopped asking each other small questions. How was your day, really? And accepted safe, prepackaged answers instead. She'd see him across the room and feel a pang of something she couldn't name. It was a strange kind of loneliness, the kind you can only feel when you're with someone you love. He was right there, but miles away. Kofi felt it too, but he carried it differently. He told himself this was what long marriages became: stable, predictable, calm. He rationalized it as maturity, a natural progression from passionate beginnings to a more settled partnership. Now, the silence between them was just silence. He'd wonder if she felt it too, or if he was alone in this quiet longing. He was afraid to ask, afraid of the answer, afraid that voicing the problem would make it real and unsolvable. So he'd roll over, pulling the silence around him like a blanket. The change, when it came, didn't arrive with a thunderous announcement. It began with something utterly ordinary. One Tuesday evening, a storm rolled in, fierce and sudden. The lights flickered, held on for a moment, and then plunged the house into darkness. The hum of the refrigerator died, the glow of screens vanished. No television, no phones. Once the batteries ran low, just the relentless sound of rain against the windows and the whisper of the wind. After a moment of shared surprise, Amma found a candle in a junk drawer, its wick dusty and forgotten. She lit it, and a single soft flame pushed back the darkness, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The small circle of light became their entire world. The silence was different now, not empty, but filled with the sounds of the storm. A smile touched Kofi's lips before he even realized it. The one with the leaking roof? He replied, his own voice a low rumble. And the neighbors who argued every night about who loved their cat more. We thought love alone would fix everything, Kofi added, shaking his head with a soft chuckle. The sound surprised them both. It felt like finding a treasured object you thought you'd lost forever. They talked for longer than they had in years. Not about schedules or bills or who was picking up the dry cleaning. AMA, spoke about feeling invisible, as if she had slowly disappeared into the roles of wife, mother, and professional. Of becoming ordinary in her eyes, a man who could not live up to the memory of the person she'd fallen in love with. There were pauses in their conversation, honest ones, the kind that didn't rush to be filled with noise. They were spaces for thought, for feeling, for understanding. In the flickering candlelight, they saw each other not as the roles they played, but as the people they were underneath. When the candle burned low, its flame sputtering, Amma leaned her head against Kofi's shoulder. He didn't flinch. Instead, he placed his hand over hers, his touch tentative at first, as if asking permission. She squeezed his hand in response. In that quiet, shared touch, something that had been hard and brittle for so long finally softened. The power stayed off for the rest of the night, but for the first time in a long time, they didn't feel like they were in the dark. Rekindling their connection wasn't dramatic. There was no sudden movie-like transformation, no grand declaration that fixed everything overnight. It was found in lingering glances across the dinner table that said, "I see you." It was in conversations that continued even after the dishes were done, wandering from topic to topic with no agenda. They began touching again, not out of habit or urgency, but with intention. Fingers intertwined on the couch while they watched a movie, a silent reassurance. These small points of contact became anchors, reminding them of their physical and emotional proximity. They were relearning the language of casual affection. And traced the familiar lines of Kofi's face in the dim light. "I forgot how close you feel," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion.